Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Run through this really difficult terrain. This is going to be really important in a number of different ways, because G2, when this goes later into the game, I mean, they're basically 4-ish melee / low range. You know, the Calista sometimes counts as both of them. Cavs takes a hard trade there.
Yeah, really hard trade, actually. Nuke, nicely done.
Well, imagine that late game where Caps is trying to dive in and do a bunch of damage and trying to survive through it as well.
True.
Much like we saw kind of run over the team fight that way.
So whoever at last hits as well as Ego, there's that handshake, as I said, in the 2v2, trying to find the moment. Paris in trouble and dead. Hans Mama with his first block. It is probably exactly bird watching.
Yeah, I know. Sejuani has that problem all the time. Bristle, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I explained my own joke and therefore invalidated it.
Yeah, I mean,
sad. I've lowered my own standards.
I would have gotten the Quinn, you know. The Quinn would have been good. I would have really been with you for that one. But, but yeah, don't worry. I explain my jokes all the time, and they don't get funnier from there. You kind of just deal with it and hope that people move on.
Buddy, I've known that for years. Don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to go down this road again.
I explain my jokes not making sense. That's so much worse. By the way, you can see what's on your screen.
These kind of powerful winning lanes. Even if you swap away from the winning lane, and in the case of a lane swap, we've seen this a bunch, of course, over the last couple of days, they go towards the side of the map where they want to take these big objectives. Because you have that Ambessa and the Calista who can really push down lanes and threaten to use those grubs well, taking these early objectives very, very powerful.
Yeah, and look, getting the starter feat and strength, I know we talk about it a lot, but just keeping you at home informed that you need all 3 grubs. The only is the name of the game right now in League of Legends. As Lice has changed corruption, but a Fate's Call is available for Hans Summer. They spot the pig around the wall, but Hans doesn't care, goes in anyway. Skumon's also on the way in, but 113 just jumps on him. Hans flashes away, but a Permafrost about to reach. Ulti instead connects it, but saved by Skumon. They then re-engage. Hans dives away and kites his way through, avoiding the piercing arrow. Ice flashes, but I fear he's 1 auto away, and LeBron hits him with his little pistol and takes him down as Paris runs back to the turret, and G2 played with fire for that nasty skirmish.
Yeah, G2 knew that BDS, knew that they were going for the players. The next level. They see that 113 is there, but they managed to call down their own jungler as well.
Yike. I mean, that's the problem. Like, G2 kind of just said, yeah, Yike's our jungler, isn't he?
But it's nice to have like those visible, yes, I could be proud of this, people could be excited. But sometimes just the dopamine hits really well. Grub started up from BDS, trying to stop G2 getting a full house of them.
Yeah, speaking of dopamine, does Skumon want a little piece of this pie as Lebrov and Hans Summer feel like they want to sit on the edge and get something out of it? But no, instead all 3 grubs given over to BDS. They've got their own piece of the feats of strength as well.
Why would you even mention that?
Because you said it was Safari, and I thought, yeah, but we're killing the objectives.
I, for one, believe in the conservation of dragons.
I do as well.
Leave it alone.
I am for saving this dragon.
Oh, endangered species. Oh, I feel really sad now. Why have I? This is not the time.
Into this, you know who I am.
Yeah, I have. No, observers, no.
No.
It's just a small.
Oh, my Lord, Nuke, by the way, didn't get any connection while Broken Blade's about to get first turret. Yeah, as Dragons go down. Side note, Broken Blade unable to find it. He gets on out at the public execution, but no one dies. For 113, he calls his emergency service, finds himself a jungler in his face. Broken Blade starts lacerating out, and he gets his spacing. Skumon is a hero.
Very, very powerful. And BB there with the shield bash, especially after the buffs it got last year. It got like an extra 1% HP scaling. Very powerful.
Shockwave comes through though.
Yeah. I think you've really been highlighting Skumon so far in this game, and you're absolutely right to do so. He's just making sure he is there with the important, powerful parts of the map. Plays like this.
He didn't back away. BDS both left, but Paris let Blaze lonesome. Now he flashed away, but even with a bit of a la from Paris, it doesn't matter. Skumon flashes as well. Escape artist in the G2 jungle. Now with another no! Yakety sacks from BDS as they try and chase its spy. That is uncatchable. Lebrov, question mark, nah. You don't kill people from G2 this game, apparently.
Extra combo comes through from Nuke, but can't finish anything. That has got to be...
That would be another falling objective.
So, Harold started up on this top side. You see that Skumon, of course, contested a little bit around this. Has the level advantage and good gold lead. Onto 113 currently as it stands. Black Cleaver will really help Ambessa get some extra damage too on that Calista. Are they looking for a fight though? BB doesn't have teleport. They shouldn't really be looking for this. Again, it's mainly just allowing BB to push up, get some individual gold, and make sure BDS are behind on the map.
They also get the inside track towards mid as well. So for G2, giving this up maybe it's all for the credit that comes with the golden bot. Dragon's just sitting there waiting. It's a Chemtech soul this game, but G2 are going to start off the stacking.
They are, and of course with Kalista, means it's kind of like a foregone conclusion if you get to sit on that one at first. Of course, got Atakan will be the next big objective after that point, coming up in just the next few minutes.
Which Atakan do you think it'll be?
Well, with 3 kills...
The League of Legends after my holiday, I'm like, yo, Victor looks a bit weird.
He looks a little bit...
It looks a bit weird. Paris, you look strange being there. That TP by Broken Blade going to tell you exactly why. You see with that Lacerate, he's getting into position. He's starting to spin. Ice doesn't have a chance here, but BDS have taken 2 members with them. Good shutdowns onto the Kalista as the public execution fails, but the Shockwave does not. BDS are doing better in this fight than you'd expect. In a 3v3, Nuke's also got space. G2 are losing this until Broken Blade comes down, shuts down, and takes them all out with him. Irrelevant's trying to do the same thing, but again,
baby,
just can't kill Ambessa. The birth.
Give him the Roman treatment, I suppose. As we get towards this Atakan potential starting up on the bot side of map. G2, they have even more gold to spend than ever, going towards their 3rd items shortly after this point, and Irrelevant is a little bit caught here.
There's good damage coming out as well. Caps almost gets the top of him, but enhanced blast cone, Red Bull blast cone. Wow, we should need to throw that in. Red Bull, if you'd like it. We can put you on a blast cone as well, as Atakan's going to start off. It's exactly the one you thought about, by the way, as Broken Blade zones off and BDS just have to walk into this. It feels like this Atakan could be doomed.
Could be. BB just hanging off on the side, has eyes on ice. Really hard for BDS to get into the right terrain here. BB's just sitting there. There's got to be such a danger on that Varus.
I mean, Cap sung a note, and it was a good one as well. As he zones them out, you can see the other one in reverse from the Seraphine means a bit, but the Berserk, the Shockwave in return. G2 in front of Atakan that's shredding their health bar. It's getting destroyed. BDS now take it from under their grasp, and this is why you don't team fight while you're trying to butcher Atakan.
Oh my word, Nuke just absolutely destroys them. Just gets a huge shockwave, and while I thought, okay, it'll be about the Varus, I mean, if you get a good ultimate like that, you can absolutely win your team fight. So BDS, they get themselves the Atakan, they get themselves a lot of gold from those big kills as well. They'll get themselves a Dragon. Huge turnaround for BDS.
A massive one. I mean, they're also going to stop the Dragon stacking, or rather, that's all point fightable at this point if that was English. As outer turret goes down, inner turret the next siege, and I mean, BDS are clawing their way back in. Slowly but surely, a shot back to the 2-man this time. Seraphine ulti is good as well, but look, perfect execution from Broken Blade in the backline has done the perfect thing. It's taken the juice out of BDS, but under turret, he's just burning GAs. But Broken Blade is burning the grey screen. Ice tanked the turret, funnily enough, while Irrelevant in the all-out is trying to get that inner down.
It's a decent force with the Sejuani ball delivery system. For the Atakan, where you get a really big objective after that. They are going to go towards it now, however, there is going to be a teleport on BB. If this fight goes long enough, or rather the take goes long enough, he might be able to teleport in to clean things up. BDS wants to make sure this is down sharpish, and especially with fire on the bot side of the map, there's in fact going to be no contest. BDS do get themselves the gold standard Baron after the Atakan.
I mean, this G2 is in dire straits. They were up 6,500 gold, almost 7K. They are now dead even at 20. Absolutely rough.
Just walking up towards that turret, not much done. 1 with 3, gonna get engaged onto. Very tanky though.
Again, what's the emergency number here? As I call 113, he flashes out and Broken Blade as he teleports in with his taxi. Now ready to find his play. 113 is not going to heal up. Remember, it's not Warmog's meta on the Sejuani anymore, but still has a lot of health to play with in his own jungle. BDS looking for a play with their Baron as G2 back away.
Nuke looking towards those choke points yet again. This was the scene of the crime which led to the 4 deaths of G2 around the Atakan. They are still just trundling forwards, trying to find any angle they can.
Nuke's also now not shockwaving. Because Nuke just sends the ball in front of them and G2 have to pay the respect because 2-3 members like it's been before and the game could just be over.
G2 in precarious point. Of course, it's even enough in gold, but they've lost the last big fight, and if they lost that from a gold advantage, how does it go after that to points? G2 could actually be staring down the barrel of a very awkward start to the LEC. That's a big ult, though.
It is indeed, but who's the target onto? Onto Irrelevant in front line as the response from BDS seems a little bit better, and the takeover does nothing. BDS walk away. They've already got half a health damage here on the inhibitor turret. They'll walk up. They'll threaten from another lane.
BDS just deathballing now, using the Seraphine on multiple items, just keep that extra ability to go forwards, take an extra turret shot with the extra heals and shields. They're going to get themselves towards the 3rd Dragon. So BDS close towards that Chemtech Soul, which will make it even harder for them to actually die in the big fights. Worth noting as well,
well.
visible is the Jinx, but it'll do a hell of a lot of damage.
Yep.
G2 cannot miss their opportunity onto the Varus. And this timestamp might just end the game.
And you have to look at Irrelevant as well as he steps up. He's taking no damage right now as Broken Blade. His angle good, but what does it mean? They look for Nuke, he goes golden, the hostile takeover launches through, but for BDS again, this could still be their fight if they find that shockwave. I'm looking onto Hansama, good dissonance here as the ult used by Cease and Desist. Well, it's a bit of a mosh pit, but Broken Blade, even though he finds his way in, I feel like G2 need a miracle from Hansama, but he's dead. Nuke's still alive as well, as BB has to 1v4 this, because Lebrov's out, Hans is dead, and G2 fall to the wayside. They've run out of time, and BDS know it.
The heals and shields are too much. BDS walked down the mid lane. BDS walked down the mid lane.
It feels like right now Nuke's playing like BDD, at least at his peak, I should say, because this Orianna, insane shockwaves you mentioned all game long. BDS playing the team fights much better, and at 31 minutes, they're now going to run into the base. Nexus turrets be damned. Lebrov will watch as it comes down in ashes, and G2, the team that won championship after championship last year, that were always EU's representatives, are now starting winter 0-2.
Hand in hand, it has been a difficult start to the week for G2. Of course, one last chance to